packs of wild dogs in the radioactive forest, what happened to the dogs of Chernobyl? Can animals survive a nuclear disaster? If so, what will happen to them in the coming decades, abandoned in an environment that is dangerous and unlivable for humans? A study summarizing the results of years of research published in March 2023 came to quite astonishing conclusions. Historical background. On April 26, 1986, 5 kilometers from the Ukrainian city of Pripyat, the worst nuclear power plant accident in human history occurred when the fourth reactor of the Chernobyl power plant exploded. The surviving 47,000 inhabitants of the city were evacuated from the site by a 2.5-kilometer-long convoy of more than 1,200 buses. Residents were told to leave all of their pets behind, as they too could return to their homes in some days, which of course has not happened since. A few weeks later, Soviet Army rifle units appeared in and around the city, and the soldiers were ordered to destroy the dogs and cats that were left behind in the area and became dangerously sick in order to prevent the spread of radiation. Everyone thought that this had happened, and none of the animals survived this tragic encounter and active radiation. Until now, the present situation. In the past decade, a team of American researchers tried to assess the genetic changes caused by the radiation disaster among moose and wild boar living in nearby forests. However, since very few of these wild animals could be captured and examined, the real sensation of the research was the mapping of a population of more than 800 wild dogs, who live and hunt in several packs in the forests around Pripyat within a 30-square-kilometer circle and regularly visit the abandoned city. How is all this possible, and what are the characteristics of these dogs? Since access to the enclosed area is almost impossible for other dogs from outside, almost all individuals in the, in quotes, wild dog population can be descendants of individuals who survived the disaster and retaliation. From the former purebred and mixed breed favorites, all breed characteristics have disappeared in recent decades. There are no longer terriers, Labradors, or German Shepherds, or look-alike dogs. Despite this, their appearance seems uniform. These dogs mostly have a medium-sized shepherd dog-like appearance. In this isolated canine community, free from external influences and without human breeding and guidance, the exterior has also become the most practical way to survive. There are no giant and small dogs among them. Despite the fact that most of these dogs have never met humans before, although they are wild and distrustful, they show no signs of aggression towards humans. Moreover, the younger individuals are decidedly sociable and seek direct contact with the disaster tourists who have been arriving in the isolated area in increasing numbers in recent years. One of the most surprising facts for the researchers was the extremely high level of observation and memory abilities of these dogs. Each individual spotted uniformed personnel, like the guards of the closed area. As soon as they spotted them, immediately began to flee at their sight. This phenomenon was also faced by nature guards who helped the genetic research process and captured certain individuals, so their uniforms had to be changed regularly, but this did not help much either. The other surprise for the researchers was that none of the 302 dogs examined so far had tumors or lesions attributable to dangerous radioactive radiation. Moreover, the individuals living permanently in the vicinity of the damaged power plant did not have radiation themselves, so they did not pose a threat to other individuals, according to the measurements. At this stage of research, gene samples collected on site will be thoroughly examined. Even the first tests show that there is a significant difference in the gene structure of dogs living in the immediate vicinity of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant and dogs living hundreds of kilometers away and were tested. These findings could point to whether the Pripyat dogs had any gene mutations that may have helped them protect themselves from harmful radiation in order to survive. Research is significantly complicated by the fact that this isolated canine community developed and multiplied in a rather closed environment. In fact, in the form of inbreeding, which could also have caused numerous genetic defects. Although researchers have not yet reached firm conclusions, research and genetic sampling of this pack of 800 dogs with unique development may provide an excellent basis for understanding how prolonged exposure to radioactive radiation affects the genetics of mammals and even humans.